he took a vow of celibacy. He promised his life to God, dedicating himself to repairing a community broken by another priest's sins. So what happens when a woman's voice, coming from the other side of a dark confessional screen, threatens to burn his entire world to the ground? A voice he describes as the oral rendering of moonlight. Yeah, this isn't your average Sunday service. All right, so today we are diving into a book that is, let's say, notorious. It's Priest by Sierra Simone. And listen, the title tells you exactly what you're getting into, but also tells you nothing about the ride you're about to take. This isn't just a taboo romance. It's a genuinely fascinating and sometimes shocking exploration of faith, guilt, and what happens when the sacred and the profane crash into each other. It asks a really uncomfortable question. Can a man's most profound sin also be his most holy experience? Let's get into it. So, we meet Father Tyler Bell. He's young, he's handsome, and he's not your typical old-school priest. He listens to Britney Spears on his morning runs and argues on the Walking Dead Reddit. But he's also carrying this immense weight. His older sister, Lizzie, took her own life after being abused for years by their parish priest. So for Tyler, the priesthood isn't just a job. It's a mission. It's penance. He's determined to be the absolute apex of restraint, the man who restores trust in the church. His self-control is everything. And then Poppy Danforth walks into his confessional. She's not Catholic. She just saw the church and felt drawn in, weighed down by something she can't name. And from the moment she speaks, Tyler is absolutely captivated. He's never even seen her face, but her voice just undoes him. He gives her this incredibly beautiful, raw advice about finding a new starting point in life. And it's clear this connection is immediate and intense. Of course, they eventually meet face to face, and the physical attraction is like a lightning strike. Poppy is gorgeous, confident, with this bright red lipstick that Tyler becomes instantly obsessed with. And his first, very unpriestly thought? I want my dick in that mouth. He is horrified with himself. He knows this is a line he cannot cross, not just because of his vows, but because of what happened to his sister. He's supposed to be a shepherd, not the wolf. But Poppy keeps coming back. She's searching for something, and she thinks she's found it in him, or at least in the solace he provides. She confesses her past to him. She's the runaway daughter of an ultra-wealthy family, a Dialmouth MBA who ended up working as an high-end stripper in Kansas City to feel some sense of control over her own life. And she confesses her carnal sins, describing in detail how much she loved making men want her, how she'd pleasure herself for them in private rooms. And Tyler, well, Tyler is just a man. He's trying to offer spiritual guidance while fighting the most intense desire he has ever felt. This tension just keeps ratcheting up. Their encounters escalate from the confessional to his office to the church sanctuary itself. There are these incredibly charged moments where the line between priest and man, penitent and lover, just gets completely erased. One night, after she describes a humiliating encounter with her manipulative ex, Sterling, he ends up bringing her to orgasm with his mouth. Right there, with her bent over the church piano. It's sacrilegious. It's forbidden. And for both of them, it's utterly electrifying. Tyler is losing his grip, and he knows it. And then comes the altar. This is the moment where the book just throws a grenade into the room. After another intense, emotionally charged confession, they finally have sex. On the altar. And here's where it gets wild. As Tyler is inside her, he reframes the entire act using the language of the Mass. He whispers, "This is your body. This is you, given up for me." He turns the ultimate act of sin into the ultimate act of worship. It's shocking, it's beautiful, and it's the point of no return. He realizes he's completely, irrevocably in love with her. But the real world comes crashing in, as it always does. Poppy's ex, Sterling, shows up. He's possessive, arrogant, and he wants Poppy back as his mistress. He sees Tyler as competition and decides to play dirty. He has them followed, takes pictures of them together, and blackmails Tyler, threatening to ruin his career and create a massive scandal for the church. This forces the question they've been avoiding. What future could they possibly have? Poppy is terrified of being the reason Tyler loses everything he holds sacred. She knows how much his mission, his penance for his sister, means to him. So she makes an impossible choice. To save him, she decides she has to make him leave her. She orchestrates a scene for Tyler to walk in on, her in her bedroom, letting Sterling kiss her. She breaks Tyler's heart, hoping it will keep his life intact. And it is absolutely devastating. Tyler is shattered. Believing he's been betrayed by the woman he was literally about to propose to, he resigns from the priesthood anyway. He feels he's failed at everything. He spends months in Africa on a mission trip, trying to piece himself back together, while Poppy, also heartbroken, moves to New York to start a nonprofit dance studio for underprivileged kids. They are worlds apart. Both miserable, both believing they've lost each other forever because of a lie. It's not until months later that Tyler learns the truth, and from the most unlikely source, Sterling himself. He realizes Poppy's betrayal was actually an act of profound, selfless love, an act of sacrifice. He finds her, appropriately enough, praying in a church in Queens. And in that reunion, all the pain and misunderstanding washes away. The book lands on this beautiful idea that their love wasn't a choice between the sacred and the profane. It was the discovery that the two could be the same thing. That God's plan for him wasn't a life devoid of human love, but one defined by it. It asks us if the rules we build around faith are sometimes smaller than faith itself. And it leaves you wondering, what cross would you be willing to bear? Not for guilt or for penance, but for love. It's a question that sticks with you, long after you finish the last page.